more than half of your digital advertising conversions are gonna be based on your creatives. Not your product, not your website, but how your ad looks. Don't panic. In this video, we're gonna give you the 5 best design tips for creating high converting ads to help you boost your sales, get more customers, and stay ahead of the design curve. Plus, we've added a little design secret sauce at the end of this video to help you maximize your ad conversions. Here's tip number 1, cut corners. Tools like Trello, Canva, Pixlr, and Remove.bg are just a few in the sea of endless tools that will help you do things like automatically adjust for all banners, social media posts, or ads, automatically remove background images, automatically find a color hex code or font design. Pro tip, you can use Chrome extensions like ColorPick, Eyedropper, and WhatFont to help you out with those things as well. You can also check out the other video we did on more Chrome extensions for designers and entrepreneurs above. Choose from pre-made color palettes, design templates, and graphics packages. Use stock photos and videos. Pro tip, Deposit Photos is a good Shutterstock alternative for royalty-free stock images and design elements. Quickly animate your static ads in seconds. Pro tip, use Pixaloop. These tools are just the tip of the iceberg. Cutting corners means getting over-prepared and over-organized with the repeat design tasks that you want to automate. So choose the tools that automate the tasks you didn't want to keep doing. That way you can be more productive, get design tasks done quicker, and most importantly, spend more time creating the designs that matter most to you. That takes us to tip number 2, avoid friction. This tip is all about making it easier for your audiences to digest your designs. Think about it like digital marketing ad design 101. Remember, the goal is to seamlessly grab your audience's attention and relay your marketing message clearly, all in about 2 seconds. There are 3 main areas to always keep in mind when it comes to designing to avoid friction. First is quality. You want to make your images and videos appear high quality. Low resolution, cheap, or tacky graphics and uninspired designs are an easy way to lose your audience. Second, you always want to be thinking about legibility. Can your audience clearly read the text in your ads? Are you using contrasting colors to highlight important elements? Are you following the rule of thirds? Quick design lesson here. Using the rule of thirds helps with the composition of your ad. The most important elements should be placed near the intersecting lines. Being on the cutting edge of design is cool, but not if someone can't actually read the literal words on your ad. And third is accessibility. Are your designs accessible to an audience bigger than yourself and your avant-garde grad school inner circle? This is similar to legibility, but far more about the purpose and psychology of your designs. Does the color palette alienate your audience? Does the shape language unknowingly send the completely opposite message of your overall brand? Are you accidentally offending half of your audience with an image or design choice that you randomly chose for no reason? These 3 areas are absolutely critical to the successes of your designs. But how will you grow your knowledge base to always know what's quality, legible, and accessible in an ever-changing market? That's where we come to tip number 3. Study what's working. A part of your job as a designer is to always be observing and absorbing the current design landscape and trends. Nowadays, there's no easier way than simply to log into your social media apps and bookmark all the ads you like, so that you can use them as references later. We recommend that you create folders and even create your own lookbooks. Tools like Flip HTML5, Yumpu, and AnyFlip are great for creating PDF lookbooks that are vivid and interactive. Depending on the brand, campaign, mood, or season you're creating for, you can organize and consistently add to your lookbook references so that your designs are always cutting edge. For example, right now, MrBeast on YouTube is absolutely killing it. With over 54 million subscribers, it's clear that he's doing something right. And when I look at his channel, I can see tons of design trends and tricks to steal from. First off, he has a badass logo for his channel. He also uses Angular shape language to let you know that he has an adventurous brand, and a cool color palette to let you know that he's actually pretty chill and more on the fun rather than edgy side. He also has a handful of sub-channels that all have big cat logos, but have alternate design choices to fit that sub. He's consistent across the board with his brand, but also presents endless variety at the same time. It's pretty smart. Lastly, when it comes to YouTube thumbnails, he's playing around with trends while also not taking himself too seriously. Another really smart choice. Notice the bright colors, design elements like circles and arrows to catch your eye, and also an age-old design choice. He's got a lot of human faces. They're mostly his face, but still, it's simple and it works. Humans like to see other humans to connect with in their advertising. So boom, Mr. Beast goes in my design lookbook, and now I have this channel as a reference for when I'm creating YouTube thumbnails. Looking at trends is how we create our design secret sauce, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. Next up, we have tip number 4, play the game. Ever heard of advertisers shooting for those high Google and Facebook scores? For Facebook, it's called their relevancy score, and for Google, it's their quality score. But the philosophies are the same. These platforms compare, rate, and score advertisers based on the success of their advertisements so that you can always check out what is getting the best results within a given time frame and then adjust your creatives accordingly. Just head over to either platform's ad management systems and you'll find out your own scores and then be able to compare. This, of course, leads to a ton of copycatting, but when you're using a specific platform, you need to play that platform's game. AKA, you need to find out what its algorithm is favoring, what ads are delivering the best, and what ads are getting the most clicks and conversions. This part of the game is far more analytical, but just think of it as the number side of studying what's working. You want to pay attention to what's working design-wise on each platform you're designing for, but you also want to be aware of what's working on each platform strictly by the numbers. Having both of these approaches in your arsenal will make you unstoppable. And finally, we have tip number 5. Test a lot and test often. Testing is when you get to put all of the other tips together and become what we like to call an artist scientist. Think about it. You get to go into your creative lab, cook something up, and then unleash it out into the world where you will then receive tons of analytics about how many people like it or dislike it and why. Did this graphics package get a lower click-through rate? Did this logo or design, or yes, sadly, person's face increase or decrease add to carts or purchases? How about this color palette? What happens when I swap this font with this background and add some different messaging? The opportunities are endless, and thus the testing is endless. If you're using Facebook or Google, their reporting is more than sufficient when you're just starting out. The 3 most important metrics to pay attention to on your ad creatives are number 1, click-through rates, number 2, conversions, and number 3, return on ad spend. These metrics will allow you to determine the basic performance of your creatives. And whether you are the boss or you're answering to the boss, you'll now have the numbers to back up what works and why it's working. And most importantly, the number 1 thing to remember when it comes to design is that what works today might not work tomorrow. This is why testing and tracking is absolutely vital to the health and success of your advertising. The numbers won't lie. If your creatives are running stale and need to be revitalized, you'll know much sooner than if you're waiting around for next month's sales numbers. So always stay on your toes and keep your designs fresh. And those are our 5 best design tips for creating high converting ad creatives. Now, we're just about to get into that secret sauce that we promised, but let us know if you like this video by subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you want to know every time we drop a video that's going to help out you and your business and life, just click that bell. We're constantly making content to help change your game and bring you the hottest tools at the best prices. All right, here's that secret sauce that we promised you. It's user-generated content. What do I mean by that? User-generated content is as it sounds. It's content that your users are generating for you, whether it's customers, clients, or just fans of your brand. Here's how I want you to think about it. You want to create content that looks native on the platform that you're posting it on. So think about what you're seeing on Instagram, or if you're using TikTok, what you're seeing there. And then you want to think about how you can create content that matches that. So it doesn't look like a brand or an ad trying to stand out. You're trying to fit in with what people are used to seeing. To collect user-generated content from your customers, you can use tools like Billo.app. You can also have customers just submit pictures or videos to you, and then you can edit them in the Instagram editor or the editor on whatever tool you're using. Another great way to find user-generated content is to look at your social profiles and see what you're already being tagged in. Maybe there's videos or pictures of your customers already using or engaging with your product or brand. Now you can take these and make creatives out of them, making them look more native to the platform and thus more likely to get engagement. Another great way to get user-generated content is to think about trends and hype that are going on in your industry right now. Sure, it might not have the lasting power of evergreen content, but it could be some good jet fuel for your brand. Thanks for watching this video. Now it's time for you to start improving your design game, and remember, what works in design today might not work tomorrow, so you gotta stay on your toes. And hey, if you're a designer or entrepreneur and you're looking to take your business to the next stage, look no further than AppSumo. Not only can you sell your products, designs, and services on our marketplace, but you can also pick up a ton of design and marketing tools on our storefront for up to 90% off. There is absolutely no better place to get the tools you need for your business at a discounted price. That's a wrap on this video, fam. We'll see you on the next one.